Not these days. We've just had a load of information through which is about how employable our students are, or in this case aren't. So there's my students that come out and there'll be 10,000 people with a similar kind of degree at a similar kind of level, so they're competing straight from the off. Economic climate's really, really difficult at the moment, so they need something different. So what we did was got in touch with a whole load of employers and also the recruitment agencies and said, right, what are the skills that students need? And they came back literally with a list, and the highest one was a surprise to me. It wasn't about their knowledge. They don't need to be the experience. It's all about they need to communicate, they need to be able to talk to people, they need to be enthusiastic and self-starters. Really hard to do when you're sat in a classroom with 30 students. How do you get all that going? So that's how, when we came to you with our idea, we were thinking, right, my students need all these skills, how can we help them?
Through my work with the Special Area Conservation, we're involved in the SAP management group, and that involves Corporate Council, Environment Agency, Natural England. We've got other links through other different organisations, and these are all people that your students are going to want employment with at the end. And these are people that we work with and we actively work with, and that also want to know more about the estuary that we're all trying to work together and help improve. So, Pendennis seems like a great location, it's brilliant. You look out over the whole of the headland. Beautiful riding suite, I think we ended up in, didn't we?
It was very swift, wasn't it? And students, some of the reactions, we went and did it, and when they came back afterwards, it was we kind of upped the game.
Yeah.
They're in a public place, actually a castle. You made them do exhibitions, they had to do stands, didn't they?
They had to put a stand out each. I wanted something that showed their project, that the public that we'd invited and the delegates and the important people we invited that are their potential employers. They need to impress them at the same time. They need to look professional on behalf of our carbon emissions. So we had presentations, series of presentations put together. The students pulled out exhibitions in a very short amount of time.
Very short space.
Really
I had some. They had real difficulties with that because I only gave them a week. You gave me a week, I gave them a week.
I'm only going to have a week in real life.
Exactly. So we had some feisty discussions, but it ended up with that's what happens in real life. You're given a project, you have to deliver, you have to look smart. There was lots of running around buying shirts and ties, I can tell you.
We wanted to tender the students, we wanted to be professional, we wanted to make sure that they could put a bid forward, they could cost out their project, we could support it financially. There's no point them going ahead and running with all these projects and they're then talking at the end and saying, oh God, I'm 200 quid out of pocket, or I'm £1,000 out of pocket, and we say, well, it doesn't work that way, you need to put forward your bid. So we all did, we all sat down, we all...
Dragon's Den.
You set the bar, didn't you? You've got a bid for this, you've got to tell me exactly what you need, ask the questions.
Yeah, and we've got 3 different groups of students. I think you sat on one panel, so you sat on the marine scientists. And we've got boat designer productions, so we had Jez Littlejohns, who works at the Pendennis shipyard, came in for that. And we've got marine sports scientists as well, so we had John Mangan, who's one of your harbour commissioners, isn't he?
And this is the great thing about the whole project, is all of our contacts. You've got hundreds over the marine sport, we've got hundreds being the Port Authority, having involvement in recreational boating, so your boat builders, that's brilliant. One of our commissioners builds boats.
It worked really well. Again though, students really felt put on the spot. They were really, really worried about it. Feedback afterwards was that even though they were stressed, they were really pleased they did it because they had a chance to feel what it was like. Because if you do that in real life and it's a job interview or you're bidding for your own idea and it goes wrong, it's too late. Whereas practice run, not too bad, get lots of positive feedback
and have the confidence to be able to stand your own in an industry environment. At uni, I didn't have that at uni.
I certainly did. I remember just sitting in lecture theatres for a lot of time. And we got our students out all the time with you guys.
Yeah, they've got to know us, they've had professional interviews with us, they've done the Dragon's Den.
They're going to be coming to you for references now.
They're going to come to me like, oh, brilliant, I'm going to be like this. But no, it's been phenomenally great for networking and engaging the whole community and really getting a lot of buy-in to some of these student projects. Well, I think the key bit is knowing that some of your students have already been approached by the Environment Agency.
Actually, they
to do work experience with them as a result of our sustainable seminar.
Yes.
And I know that one of your students is also going to be working with one of the ports. I think it's Torbay.
Wow.
Yes, so to do some work experience with them. So, I mean, that just says
it says it for itself, doesn't it?
Our commissioners over the moon. They've really pulled it out of the bag. they've made such a mark and set such a high standard for any other students that are going to follow this project that we can get them to live up to it.
We came up with the idea that in real life they would end up with a brief from their client, and their client in this case is you, Naturally England, the SAC, AMP, Penn Dennis, all these guys are saying actually, you know, an essay is not what you never ask for an essay in real life.
I don't want that. I don't want to read an essay, or I don't even want to read a dissertation on a massive research project.
No, so what you want: executive summaries, reports, posters, leaflets, merchandise. We've been asking for merchandise for some of our clients. We've got the idea of the seals. The seals are on Black Rock. Webcam. Oh, that was quite interesting. We've got 2 of our students who are interested in seals. Very nice, cuddly things. Need to make it more scientific, and we've got contacts with the Cornwall Seal Group through a lady called Sue Sayer.
Yes, Sue.
And so she's got in touch, we've pulled in their expertise, and in the middle of the Carrick Road there is a rock which has got the, what's it got on the top of it?
That's a black rock, it's a marker.
It's a marker buoy, and we've got a seal colony, a seal hall out there, and we don't know anything about it really. We know the seals are there, we don't know how many, we don't know how often, we don't know male and female composition, we don't know anything, and yet it's right in the middle of the port, because if you go over on the ferry you see the seals.
We pass it every day in our pilot boats.
Yep, so what we're planning to do is get the harbour pilots involved, the harbour pilot crew anyway, have a look at what's going on. We're getting our students spotting it from the edges. We're going to get a webcam on the top, which thankfully you guys might sponsor some of it, and then hopefully we might even get to the stage where people in Falmouth can adopt a seal, have their own seal, they know what their name is, we can give some information about the seals.
We know when a seal comes into the harbour exactly which one it is, how often it's here.
Yes,
it's brilliant.
It will be fantastic. So there's lots of really, really exciting things coming out, from which the students are getting real experience. It's not a lab project, it's not something they've picked out the bag, it's not looking at literature, it's looking at things that are going to make a real difference to schools, communities, Harbour Commission, local area, SAC.
It's the contacts as well.
Yes.
It's knowing someone to go to in Cornwall Seal Group, or it's knowing someone that might work at a bird sanctuary or something.
Yeah, and it is all about, and that's how it works in real life as well, isn't it?
That's
It's all about who you know. So final thing is going to be Maritime Museum.
Yes.
And we were talking about the fact that you want professional products.
Yes.
So professional products are going to be posters and leaflets done professionally. We've managed to get some research money from the University of Plymouth.
Yeah.
They're going to sponsor professional things. But I think the most exciting thing is your pontoon idea.
Yes. Your student Lisa is looking at species that grow underneath pontoons, which is brilliant because we'd like to know more. There's impacts of shading and things like this. We want to know what's happening on the infrastructure that we've got in the port. And she's got fabulous pictures, and we are in the process over the next year going to be looking at pontoon developments. And what we would love, and what Lisa's proposed to put forward, you were saying earlier on, pictures and photographs and things. We originally thought we wanted a big perspex
Section through the pontoon.
Yeah, so you can look down, more bring up your boat, have a look down, think, oh, lovely, what's going on underneath there? But then
Lisa kicked in and said, if you have the perspex, that lets the light through, so all the stuff that would normally grow under there,
it's not
going to grow.
No.
So that's your plan B, pontoon.
Yes. You've got pictures going on there instead, built into the pontoon, so you can learn something, you can see the pictures about what's underneath, but you head over the side, really get engaged. Children, grown-ups, visitors, everybody, they'll really get a real impression of how much we want to look after the harbour.
Yeah. So that's just one of our professional products. And for Lisa, it's going to be great on her CV, isn't it? She's created something that is out there in the public domain, and she's done it before she even finishes her degree.
It'll be a brilliant portfolio of work.
We're lucky.
We are.
We should continue this. We've got the plan for next year.
We have.
Onwards and upwards.
Yeah, students have got a lot of work to do.
But hopefully they'll get a job from the end of it.
And they'll get a lot out of it.
Yeah.
Well done.
Thank you.